Well, 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 what do we have here? This was, how do I describe this? It's a Warnie Techno. You guys all know that, I'm pretty sure. Did some anodizing on it. Blue, didn't want to go invest too much time into this because I didn't know quite how well it was going to be received and how well it would come out. So what's the main attraction here? Let's open her up. Oh man, I don't know, either love it or hate it. You're already making your decision out. Post in the comment below, what do you think? Warncleffed it. Now why did I Warncleff it? This knife really, somebody, good friend of mine, anyways, gonna bust his chops here a little bit. He was learning how to sharpen on the Edge Pro, not the Edge Pro, the Wicked Edge. And if you don't know, when you first get your Wicked Edge, you can grind off more steel than you think you're grinding off. So that's exactly what happened here. It wasn't terrible, but it was noticeable. So anyways, when I went to sharpen it up and stuff, I noticed that the bevel was getting pretty thick because, you know, this blade stock is nice and chunky here. If you guys ever handled the Techno, you know they're really stout knives. So anyways, went crazy, asked him if I could do it. He said, whatever you want to do. So what I did is I reshaped the profile, made a Warncleft, but then of course on the edge you're stuck with a nice big thick piece of steel, right? Because when you take off almost half the blade, you need to thin the blade out again. So I put a full flat grind on there. It did have a full flat grind, but I had to thin it out a lot. There you can see. I'm not taking in any orders or projects for regrinding blades. Not by any means. This was an experiment and it did turn out. You see no big gouges or anything. It's very flat. It was a real nice belt satin and I almost left it at that. I think I had it around 220 or so. But decided, you know, to go with the nuked out look here. And ground it down to almost a zero edge, so you can see that edge on it is incredibly thin, incredibly sharp. So here's what's going to happen. I don't think he wants it back, the owner here. I'll get with him, but if you guys have a trade offer or something, go ahead and shoot it to us. I'm not quite sure what the value is. Of course, I've put a lot of time and work into it, but you know, it's one of those knives. It's a lot of utility in it. But when I posted on Instagram, some people were like, man, that's ugly. Close the blade, somebody said. It looks better with the blade closed. And I understand that. I get it. But anyways, it is incredibly useful. And if nobody really wants it, I'm going to adopt it as a shop knife. For one, I love the pointy little Warncleft blade. I love how it's nice and stout. Real nice stout titanium frame lock. It has been carbidized, been anodized. It's a cool knife. You know, if you dig that Warncleft blade mod. But be assured, if you want this guy, you know, maybe even offer some money or something, we'll work something out. I wouldn't say no more than what they go for brand new. So I've been using this guy, is why I said I wouldn't mind using it in the shop. When I'm cutting, how I protect all the, when I do all these knives, I protect all this back area and stuff. Right, I protect the lockup and stuff. So when I'm cutting my Gorilla Glue duct tape, this needle-like point, I've been using this guy, just kind of keep it open and keep it by my side, and I cut. But what I've found out, this carbon steel, while it's great for EDC and can work hard, I can dull it in, you know, half a day in the shop, cutting sandpaper and stuff like that. Of course, I flip the sandpaper over. Quick little tip if you're cutting sandpaper. Flip it over so the grit's facing down and then just slice through it, and it really doesn't do much to your blade. So that's that. Just make sure you're cutting on your wood work surface. So this knife, a little bit shorter blade, would be a little bit more useful, I believe. Maybe it's not much shorter, huh? Let's hold them up next to each other. And not by much, but you can, because the blade's a little wider and it has this here, you can actually pinch the hole and really get right up on that tip. It would make a great utility knife in the shop, so I'm not going to be sad if it doesn't go. Just being honest. But it is completely functionable. Blade tip does sink all the way down into the handle. Didn't take that much off. The great thing about this, even though the belly was ground off, the tip was still all the way there, and the heel was all the way there. So if I was to do this mod on a bone stock, brand new factory knife, would have the same length here. So it's not like, you know, a bunch come off the front, a bunch come off the rear. So if that helps any. And it is super, I wouldn't say thin, because the blade stock you could see it's thick and chunky, but it is almost down to a 0 grind here. So I haven't cut anything with it. I wanted to show you guys first. If nobody bites on it within a week, I'm going to turn it into a shop knife and just beat it up. So there you go. I will post in the description below if anybody takes it, but I thought it was a nice little oddity to show you guys. Again, didn't want to put too much work into it, so I didn't make a new backspace or anything like that. Not taking on regrinds. You know, I really don't have the equipment for that, but I was able to get by with what I have for this one. Kind of want to show off that grind and show you this. Come up here. And pretty much symmetrical on this side. Come up over here. It's all nice and blended in. No big belt marks, no big gouges. Anyways, that's what it is, guys. The Spyderco Techno Warncliffe mod. I think a first. And maybe last. Let me know what you think, guys. See ya.